The White House saying that it's not dictating the timing of Israel's ground invasion, just as we are learning about the release of those two Israeli hostages. With me now, Danon, member of the Israeli Knesset, also former Israeli ambassador to the UN. Ambassador, first, just your reaction to this latest release, two additional hostages?
Well, we're always happy to see hostages coming back to Israel, but we don't forget that we have more than 200 kidnapped hostages in the hands of Hamas, including 9-month-old baby, Holocaust survivors. So we will continue. We will continue to do everything in our power until all of them are back home.
Is there an active negotiation, or are they just sort of cherry-picking these folks for public relations consumption?
No negotiations whatsoever. You know, they are playing a game. They know that we are coming after them, after the horrible atrocities they committed against us. Today we revealed more pictures, and we actually interrogated some of the terrorists, and we found out that they got orders to rape, to behead, to burn kids alive. So that was orders coming from Hamas. So now they are trying to play that game. We are not buying it. And we intend to go into Gaza to find them, to hunt them, and to kill them.
You know, we know about war crimes throughout the history of humankind. When you say that these were actually ordered, though, is there a chance that at some point to share with the world the actual orders? I mean, to see this in writing or whatever the communication was, that the leadership said, go in there and behead babies, go in there and rape women, that would be so bone-chilling. Of course, we know it happened, but the idea that it was mandated boggles the mind. It's something that all humanity around the world would be amazed to understand.
You're absolutely right, Charles, and I will do that. I will put it on my social media. We have the interrogation footage. We will translate it into English from Arabic, and we will show the world exactly what order they received. And unfortunately, they were very successful in what they did in our communities. More than 1,400 people were massacred in 8 hours. Since the days of the Holocaust, we haven't seen such genocide, such atrocities against Jewish people. But the days when Jews were massacred and nobody paid a price are over. That's why our troops are ready. And when the decision will be taken by the government, we will go into Gaza. We are ready for that. It will not be easy. It's complicated. We know that they are waiting for us. But our soldiers are ready to fight back and to eliminate Hamas.
We've heard that it will be from the ground, the land, the sea, and the air, and all around coordinated attack. Obviously, there have been some air bombings already to soften the target. But I guess it's too early to know. But a lot of people, I think the general consensus is, obviously, Israel has the right and needs to do this. They need to eliminate this threat once and for all. But there's another battle going on, particularly in America, but in the West, this public relations battle, this battle of sympathy. And it would seem like the longer this goes on, the more likely there will be accidents, the less it would play in Israel's favor with the world. How much does that weigh, or does it matter at all?
Well, it matters, but what we did, we tried to convince the civilian population in northern Gaza to move south, and about 70% of the population actually listened to our warning and moved to the south. We still encourage the rest of the population not to stay there. It's not going to be pleasant when we go in, and that, I think, was a successful act by Israel. So today, when we will come in, we will face the terrorists. We know that they're hiding in the tunnels, but we will fight with them. So the civilians, the fact that they moved was successful.
I was just saying, as you were speaking, we are showing video of the two hostages, latest hostages that were released just moments ago. So they're receiving medical care. So before I let you go, you and I, we've had so many conversations over the last decade or so, almost all under horrific circumstances. Did you ever think, though, it would come down to something like this? This, again, to get back to the original line of questioning, is something that I thought humanity, that civilization had given up on, these sort of attacks, this sort of viciousness, this sort of evil.
No, I have to admit, you know, I have seen wars, but we never imagined to see such brutality. And I think that's what they try to do, to break us. But they will not break us. The people in Israel are strong. We are united. We form a unity government. You see thousands of volunteers. And they will see the strength of the Jewish people in Israel. We will defeat them.
Ambassador, thank you very much. Always appreciate your time.
Thank you, Charles.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.